The Guild of Merchant Explorers. This is your review for 2. Good day, my name is Joe Gerba. Today I'll be going over the Guild of Merchant Explorers and how it plays with 2 players. Now, the Guild of Merchant Explorers is a more or less a flip and write, but instead of writing, you're going to be placing your explorers on the map. So it'll go through 4 different ages. Each one you'll get a card, and then it'll tell you what kind of land you can place your explorers on, and what kind of style. There may be 3 in a row. It may be, just two grasslands or 2 deserts, and you'll kind of score. You'll get money by filling in these land masses, discovering treasures along the way, getting some of the corner spots, getting your explorers all the way to the corner, or doing some of these objectives in the middle. Some of these spaces may have coins on them, so you can, when you cover them up, you'll also get coins, and by the 4th age, whoever has the most coins wins the game. So let's see a little bit more what I thought about the game. So the components in this game are pretty neat. I like the cubes, and these maps actually feel good. They give you 4 maps for each person, double-sided. I like having these coins. However, I will give my one time I don't like about this game kind of components is the money value is printed on one side, and it just has a face on the other. So when you dump these out of a bag, half of them are gonna be face side up, and you don't know the actual money side unless you flip them over. Not sure why they did that, but it's just kind of funny about this game. The rules and references for this game are pretty easy. You only need the references to have some of the cards, and 2 of the 4 maps need a little bit of explaining because they add a little bit more advanced mechanics to the game. But overall, this game is nice and easy to pick up, and the rules were very straightforward. Let's talk about setup a little bit. Setup nice and easy to get to the table once again. This box, you get your colored wood pieces, your explorers, your village or your towns, and you set out the money, and you're just about ready to go. As far as table size, this can definitely be played on a 3x3. Even with 4 people, this could be played on a 3x3. So let's talk about the gameplay a little bit. I know I didn't go too deep in my intro on how to play, but it really is kind of like a flip and write, and I do kind of like that. At the beginning of the game, you're going to have 6 cards in age 1, and they're going to just be whatever is drawn. Both players simultaneously are going to look at that card and place the cube. So it's really nice, quick gameplay. And what varies is in age 1, when this 1 is drawn, you draw a couple special movement or placement tiles, and you get to choose one. And now anytime that 1 is drawn, you get to do that ability. So it's kind of like that's the asymmetry in this game. However, most of the time you're going to be drawing these standard cards and having to go plan your routes to get to certain spaces, try to fill these goals in the middle to get extra money, and really just fill out your map and try to explore the lands that the best you can. So I really like the simultaneous play. I think that's neat. It's nice, quick gameplay. You're exchanging money quite a bit. You're trying to get these spires, these monoliths to the corners to explore. It's a really neat, quick, streamlined kind of gameplay. You're also trying to connect 2 trade routes together, and once you can string along enough to connect a few trade routes, you have to put a token on a city, and then that can't be used again. So you have to adapt your strategy a little bit to try to accomplish some of these goals. Like I said, it's just kind of a neat little game where you flip. Both players are going to do that action, or all 4 if you're playing with 4. But in our case, it's 2. You're going to flip. It's going to say 2 desert anywhere on the board, and they have to be adjacent to your settlers. You put them down, and you're ready for the next card. Like I said, just a nice little, almost like a flip and write, but instead of writing, placing these settlers. So I really do enjoy that kind of quick aspect about this game. Everybody plays on the same board, so you know that you're kind of on equal footing. You have to decide beforehand what kind of map you're going to use. Like I said, the asymmetry goes on you choosing kind of your special card. And then once all the cards are dealt, all the 6 cards, then you go to age 2, and this age 2 is dealt in. And then you'll have a special age 2 one as well as your age 1 special placement card. So this game is just kind of fun. It's kind of light, and it's a neat game. And if you really like the flip and right, then you'll probably enjoy this part of the game. So this game took us about 30 to 45 minutes. It's not that hard. We've played 4 to 5 times, and when we do put this up, it'll be easy to get back to the table. I think the rules are straightforward. Just the ease of play is nice. This, I don't want to say it's a filler, because 30 to 45 minutes, it depends on your game group, but that may not be a filler for some. But it can definitely be a break between some longer 2-hour games if you're having a gaming marathon. So this game is neat for that. Replayability, you can pick any map of the 4 maps, get it to the table, read a paragraph of rules on that map, and get started. These do change a little bit, so as far as the replayability, different map, there's going to be 3 goals in the middle out of 6 goals per map. So you'll see half of them every time you play, and it'll always be a little bit different up there. So the replayability is fair for what it is. So in the end, is this game good for 2? And I do like this game for 2. It's nice, quick, and easy. There's not a whole lot of, there's not really much player interaction other than who gets these objectives first. However, it's just like a flip and right. It's not going to be, a whole lot of just player interaction. There's not going to be a whole lot of take that. It's really going to be on your board planning, around your explorers, trying to get these trade routes, trying to get the corners. So it's kind of neat, a little bit of solitary. You can talk about things, kind of look to see what the other person's doing, but it's not really going to affect your board, minus trying to get these three objectives first. So I do like it, with the caveat being it's not very interactive. There's not a whole lot of back and forth. It's really flip, say, oh, that's not the card I wanted, or really thinking to yourself, well, if this comes up in the next couple turns, one of those 2 have to come up. It's a pretty good deduction game too, because there's only going to be so many cards, and when they're flipped over on the turn, the first arrow is going to have 6. So if you just drew the 5th card, what that last card's going to be. So there's a lot of micro planning, but at the same time, there's some randomness too. So for 2 players, I do like this game, on the caveat that, it's not going to be a big back and forth game, but it's going to be a pretty straightforward, simultaneous play game that you can get to the table and just kind of have a good time with. So I don't really always like AEG games. I always think they're kind of middle of the road, but I'd put this with probably Cascadia that I would play. So a little bit on the higher end of what my opinion on AEG. So I put this near Cascadia. You could probably pick them both up for just that kind of mid to low weight game and have a good time with these. So I really did like this game. I don't think it's the greatest game in the world, but I do like it for a nice, quick, I want to play flip and right style of game, and it's a fun game. So hope you guys enjoyed the review, and until next time.